Hey everybody, it's Jochen Heiden, and I'm back with the Hellsen versus Heiden campaign. It's January 31st, 1942, last day of the month. Let's see if we have a good day today. And then we're playing musical bass flopping on Luzon. Not quite sure what that's about. Ooh! Well, 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 look what we have here. Mm-hmm. That's what I thought. Alright, so I put a sub down here because I know a lot of allies like to come around the backside of New Zealand to supply Australia, and he's operating some DMSs. These are definitely from Pearl Harbor, so they've come a long way, and it's just letting us know that he's got stuff down here, or that he's trying to move this way. Okay, no night bombing. I kind of thought there would be. The moonlight is 100%. So if you're going to bomb at night, this would be the night to do it. But he did not. Okay, so these are my minesweepers. I've moved them into Semarang with the intention of clearing up that minefield. And we go right into air operations. Hopefully we can, and now these are my ASW aircraft out of Cooktown. Hopefully we can damage some subs. Looks like he's definitely moved them away from Cooktown though. Do you see how they're spreading out? Bad weather, huh? Oh, but here's where we don't have bad weather. Changsha, clear skies. All right, coming in for another bombing raid on Kungchang. And some really good hits there. We're trashing that base and we're taking his supply away. So one thing I'm expecting today, and I'm actually very nervous about, I don't know if it's going to happen, but I think it might, is a four-engine bomber attack on our lead units going into India, down where we took those four bases last turn. I think he's going to counterattack with four-engine bombers, and I'm going to have to see how that goes, because I have no idea what that will look like, if he does it at all. Okay, taking some chunks out of these allied units. They are retreating, according to the move arrow. They're not going into Nanning, but away from it, which is good for us. I need a reprieve. So I'm bombing them because I was worried that they were going in. Okay, severe storms over Clark, so we're not getting very good bombing accuracy today. And clear skies over Changsha should mean that we plaster this place pretty hard. Hmm, we will when more bombers come in. Getting good hits there. Okay, AM phase. Pretty good. No Allied bombers attacked us yet. Let's see what happens next turn. Or this afternoon phase here. What do you know? More canceled missions. Okay, so I'm going at 10,000 feet now into um, Bandung. I want to see if we have maybe less flak interference here. Yeah, definitely. So it looks like 10,000 feet's going to be where we're at. I guess he's got some sort of 40 millimeter guns there, something like that. Because at 8,000 feet, we lost one or two aircraft there. At 10,000 feet, we're not even really getting hit. So we may just have to fly at 10,000 feet here. Yep, there it is. Dang it, there's the B-17s. And we got clear. This is not good, guys. Guess he did see us coming in here. I didn't think he would spot it, but look at those losses. Golly. Man, this is going to really hurt us trying to get out of here. We're probably going to see more coming in. Yep. Yep, look at that. Man. I find it hard to believe that he knew that unit was there. Look at that. All the B7, all the 4 engines are coming in there. These guys are trashed. Man. Man. That division got absolutely mauled. Well, I thought the 4 engines would attack somewhere else, but they attacked there, which just wasn't which wasn't any better, but you know, I guess that front is not as critical. God, those 4-engine bombers are just the most miserable part of being a Japanese player. All right, let's get into land combat and see what we got. Okay, deliberate attack here. Um, no idea how this is gonna go. Oh, okay. Actually went okay because we pushed these guys off our rail line. So we've reopened this rail line down this way, which is good. I needed that opened up. Decent losses inflicted on the Allies. And then a deliberate attack here by a recon regiment. Just trying to continue pushing these guys out of the way here. Okay, that works for me. Inflicted some more losses. They're in the wrong op mode because they were trying to go somewhere else, I guess. No supply. This is very telling. This is what we want to see. No supply. Good. Alright. So we pushed the last couple allied units out of this hex. They're still hanging on for dear life. And they retreat towards Jamshedpur. We're going to continue that advance right there. Cool. And no supply. Look at that. Hmm. All right, and now we're continuing our partisan clearing efforts here, just trying to get these rail lines tidied up. This particular attack did not go as well, but look at this, supply negative. So what I think that means is we need to actually hit it again, because every day that we bleed him supply, he's going to get weaker and weaker here. So I say we attack again, because this is what we want to see here, no supply. Oh man, these guys look really strong. Um, that's a little alarming, actually. I don't, I, I didn't think these guys would be that strong. There's no way they've got supply, right? Hmm. I thought they would have started attritioning by now, but these guys look as strong as they ever were, if not stronger. Uh, we may actually be in danger of getting a counterattack here. I don't know if we'd be able to even hold that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 combat capable units here. Yikes! This is actually not that great. I don't know why I bombarded. I thought I wasn't supposed to do that, but I did. But now, unfortunately, it let them know what I got here. All right, attacking Magway. This is our first big oil center here in Burma, or actually the only one. And now we have it. And hopefully that means it's undamaged when we get it, because there's no enemies here to stop us. Well, the B-17s blasted us into outer space like I was worried that they would do. But other than that, we had some good success on the map. So we'll just have to figure out how to counter that if we even can. Mm. Yeah, I'm dealing with these garrison issues in good tanker, AK, and a new unit. Ooh, new units. All right, I'll take those. Um, a lot of reinforcements coming on the map here. You guys seeing this? You can never have too many training squadrons, and now here we go. We're getting some more infantry in Shanghai, which is great. I need all of this. I needed all that stuff. All right. Well, good reinforcements here. Let's take a look at the rest of it. Okay, so I was worried about a Allied four-engine bomber attack in India, and it came. It just didn't come in the direction I thought it would, but it was still bad, pretty bad. Let's take a look at the numbers first. Only one aircraft lost today, and it's one Nell. That's ours, and that pilot was not lost, so that's pretty nice that we don't actually have a dead pilot for once. Looking at the Army loss points for this turn, 1 for us and 22 for the Allies. Ship sunk. Nothing is indicated this turn. I thought we may have bagged a sub, but apparently not. Looking at the strategic loss points, it said 0. We didn't get anything more this turn. Taking a look at the total score for this turn, we have plus 44, bringing our win ratio up to 2.662. So creeping forward just a little tiny bit. All right, let's take a look at combat reporter for this turn. Starting with the sea battles, we had some demining operations going on at Semmering. We got 62 cleared so far. It looks like there's still more there though, so we're gonna keep working on that. We did have an encounter with enemy destroyer minesweepers near Dunedin, or Dunedin. I don't know how you New Zealanders would say that. And I suspected that there would be some sort of activity down here this whole time, and this is just proof that he's definitely interested in operating out this way. So I think we need to start moving more subs here as soon as possible. On the ground, we had some. This is in China. What I'm looking for here are these supply minuses, which means that the enemy is running out of supply, which is what we really need right now. Malay Belay. I screwed up here, guys. I don't think I should have bombarded because all I did was tell him that we were way under strength here. So he may actually attempt to attack next turn. I think that would finish off whatever supplies he did have. But all the same, this is a very substantial force, and I don't have the same matching force in Mindanao right now. So if he were to leave this place and try to start taking bases back, he could probably do it. So a little bit concerning here. I may need to send some more reinforcements to this place just to shore it up because I don't want these guys getting loose. I do believe their supplies are low, but I can't prove it yet. Magway, big today. We captured this oil base with no damage to it. And just some more partisan clearing operations in China. And of course, we did defeat some allied units here, just north of Calcutta. They've moved into Jamshedpur, and we're going to keep chasing them. Air combat today, the only thing that was pretty miserable was the 4-engine bomber attacks. Look at this. Now, one of the reasons why this was particularly damaging to me was that we were in strat move mode and transitioning into combat mode. So I think that's why our losses were so high initially. Hopefully we get that sorted out tomorrow. But as you can see, we took some big losses here, and the disruption of these units is going to be sky high. We'll take a look at it when we go around. But this is what I was worried about in India, was these stupid 4-engine bombers. They can just run around at will and bomb me, and there's nothing I can do about it right now. SIGINT report. All right, some activity on New Zealand. Let's take a look. Doesn't really tell us much, does it? Alice Springs, yeah, that's stuff in Australia. He's moving forward. Bhopal, again, more activity at Bhopal. That's in India, and there we go. He's got aircraft here, and we knew that he would. So I suspect, as I've been saying, this is his line of defense. Now we have proof that he's definitely got aircraft locked and loaded here. And we're going to have to face them soon. Bowen, I don't really care about that. And then heavy volume of transmissions in Brisbane, but of course we get nothing good out of that. Go figure, right? Okay, looking at the ops report, we had a ton of arrivals today. We got a couple new ships. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 training units, which is great. Another air HQ at Chengchun. This is in the Kwangtung Army area. We'll get that going out to the field because we can never have enough of these. And these infantry brigades here are going to be great garrison units to relieve other units that I need to free up. And more aviation support. And again, can't have too much of that. Can never have too much. So, good reinforcements today on the map. And there's more coming in the next few days. Okay, got that. Let's take a look at the intel report. ADAC, Fort Size 3. Surabaya, Madan, Fort Size is coming up. Surabaya is now at a Size 5 airfield. That's great. Japan tab, we captured Magway, of course, in Burma, which was a big deal for me. And on Luzon, we're playing musical base flopping here with the Allies. They capture one, we capture one. Honestly, it doesn't mean anything to me because I don't need any of these bases up here at all. He's getting nothing out of them other than maybe getting access to some other lines of communication for supply potentially, like these subs here. But whatever. I mean, this isn't doing him any good up here. And then we'll take a look at the sub tab. And again, we can see our aircraft from Cooktown have been doing a number on his subs to the point where he has now scattered and left this whole area wide open for us again. So, cool. I like it. I'll take advantage of this opening to get ships in and out while we can. You can see that our supply situation at Cooktown has been resolved by me sneaking in this task force. And because we were able to scare him off with our ASW aircraft, we should be able to get these guys out and some more guys in without too much trouble. So, good for me, bad for him. And yeah, we're going to move on from that. And I think that's it for combat reporters. So let's go around the map. Starting with Northern Pacific. I don't see anything happening here. Up here, ADAC, the only thing that happened was get the fort level up. That's just great. I think we're just going to continue focusing on only the fort level going forward because I just don't care about... I don't really have the troops up here to defend ADAC anyway, so I don't want to build up an airfield for him to just take over for me. So, yeah, we'll just work on the forts. Home Islands is looking nice and good. Kwangtung Army is doing fine. This is where that new... I think what we're going to do here is get these guys all moving towards Fusan. And I can send them out to probably India where they're going to be needed. I don't really have a lot of aviation support requirements anywhere else except for there. So this air division, definitely. And of course we will pay political points before we ship them off because we wouldn't be able to move them anyway. But yeah, I'm going to get these probably heading to India. We're going to have just massive, monstrous requirements for troops there in the coming weeks. So let's get these guys moving there. All right. Okay, so here's China's situation. Okay, so we have more troops on the way up here to Kungcheng. It looks like, unfortunately, he's got a substantial amount of troops here already. I think we do need to hit the airfield a few more times to keep him from building up forts once we do knock them down. I want to bombard, but I want to wait a little bit until we have some of this artillery here to do it. And that'll give us an idea of what kind of AV we're facing, and from there we can decide, you know, how we want to attack. So we do have our 2 divisions are in the hex here now. So the intent here next turn is to have 27th Division attack and the 6th Division reserve pursue these guys. Hopefully this way. But you can never be too sure what direction they're going to go. They could actually go this way towards Hyenko, which wouldn't be so great. I really just don't know. But regardless, we should be able to bust through here and continue on to this hex. These guys are now moving up this way, so, and a conga line of troops behind them coming in. It's just going to be a flood of troops indefinitely. We should have 8, 9, 10 divisions on the Chungking Plain here within a month. And I am pretty certain with our air support and that kind of Japanese firepower, we should be able to defeat any Chinese units that we encounter on these plains here and whittle them down. Looking a bit further south, it looks as though he's actually falling back from Nanning back this way towards Luqiao, which is fine, which means he's going to take some pressure off of Nanning and give us a chance to rebuild and regroup. I saw this when I was checking at the base. Apparently, we have 146% fort built up here. I don't really know what that means. Maybe that means next turn we go up to a size, I don't know, size 3 right off the bat. I don't know what that is. It looks like a bug to me. If anybody's ever seen 100% or more fortification building, please let me know what that signifies and if that's good or bad. Either way, though, our AV is continuing to climb. It looks like we gained about 20 or 30 last turn. So at this rate, I don't see him capable of retaking Nanning from us. So we definitely got our foot in the door here. It's just a matter of how hard can we push now into other AORs. I'm wondering if we may be able to get a little sneaky here and get some troops going this way. I don't know if we can do that or not, but it would be kind of funny if we can kind of come in behind him and flank him and take Kuai Yang and isolate at least a lot of these troops to the south from being able to get back to Chungking this way. They'd have to take a farther route through. Look at that. My artwork is so great, right? Okay, let's move on to Burma. And in Burma, we just captured Magway, and this is a great base for us, right? We have uh, oil now, which is going to flow towards Rangoon, and after that, Rangoon will start sending fuel up to Calcutta. We have no damage to the base, so what we are going to do, however, is take some aircraft like these and transfer them right to Magway. And we're going to get these guys flying some cap here, just to help keep this place secure. And any available anti-aircraft guns I've got, I will send in here just to kind of secure it. We do have threat vectors, right? He could attack us from Lashia, albeit it'd be pretty anemic. It's a small base. He could bomb us from Lido. So I think I'm going to do a preemptive bombing on Lido myself to see if we can neutralize that base, or at least knock it down a bit. It has some damage, but it may not be enough to stop it. So Lido would probably be the base that he could have the highest chance of doing damage to us from. Yeah, or something further in like Chungking. I don't know. There's many options for him to bomb Magway if he really wanted to do it. Like he could take his bombers from Delhi, fly them into Chungking, and from Chungking hit it, and that would be within the range of at least the B-24s or the LB-30s and the B-17Ds. I don't know if he's even willing to do that because he has other targets he could be bombing here in India now. So either way, I'm going to get more aircraft here just to cover it, just in case. Okay, looking at India, this is where that apocalyptic B-17 LB-30 raid came in. I have a division here split into thirds that's striking out to try to get down here into these bases, but we're going to get harassed daily from these B-17 raids coming out of Delhi, or possibly Bhopal, or possibly Bombay. He's got multiple bases now that he can use to attack us, and this is exactly what I was worried about. To me, the single biggest threat that we have to face on the map right now are those stupid B-17s, because he's got a lot of them in a tight concentration, and it's hard for me to cover my troops when they're constantly having to be attacked by those things. We're on the offensive, not the defensive, so I have to power project. He has to just fall back and hide behind stuff. So this is where attrition is going to be a problem for us going forward. These 400 bombers are the stuff of nightmares. They gave me bad dreams because they're just hard to stop. The Japanese aircraft don't shoot them down very well. They take a lot of damage. They have incredibly long range and a big bomb load, and there's not much counter I have for them. So I am worried about this in India. Be that as it may, what we are doing is we're going to continue the attack towards Lido. We're also continuing towards Jamshedpur, and what I'm probably going to have to do here is use some paratroopers to try to neutralize these guys a bit. I think we have a chance of doing that next turn. I should have some regiments back in play here. Let's see here. Yeah, I've got basically the first raiding regiment is reformed, and the first raiding regiment is reformed. With their, we may actually be able to possibly drop on here and keep him from moving and maybe defeat some of these guys. I don't know. We'll have to see. I have options though, so I'll figure out what I got to do to keep these guys from getting away from me. because I really don't want them to escape at this time. Anyway, um, okay, so that's India. Looking at Sumatra, we continue to press towards his troops here, which are the last major Dutch troop concentrations on this part of Sumatra. Moving down towards this way, and then we're going to continue down that way. We've got oil and fuel flowing out of Benkalis, pretty good. We've already got our first shipments from Madan Oil coming into Georgetown. So look at that, 10,000 oil being delivered as we speak. And then we're going to continue flowing oil and fuel out of here until further notice, because we've got plenty of reserves here to extract and lots of supply on top of that. So looking good on here on this part of Sumatra. Next turn, these troops should be moving towards Ketapang. Probably take about 2 turns to get there. Let's see. We are continuing to drive up Java, so we should be in 2 turns engaging these guys. And if from there, the armor is going to head down into Tjilatjap, and once I take that base, I can rail in the rest of my troops to work our way towards Batavia and Bandung. On Bandung, we did have a bombing raid this last turn. We did some damage to the base. The key thing here is we need to start taking out his supply, just like we would be doing to him in the Philippines. We need to be targeting the supply here and keep that base from building up too much more than it already is. Flying at 10,000 feet basically eliminated the flak hazard that we experienced last turn. So that's the altitude we need to be at 10,000 feet for bombing Bandung. Okay. Other than that, let's talk about the Philippines. So again, we're playing musical-based trades here. None of this really matters to me up here because my forces are primarily in Manila. And once again, we have all these dots connected, so hopefully some of these resources can actually flow into Manila, and we're going to put that to resource storage, yes, to keep that going. Looks like we're almost at a size 6 port and a size 8 airfield here, which is great. That's going to give us even more points when we do that. The problem I'm having in the Philippines at this time is these stupid subs keep getting in. Now, it says there's 4 of them sighted. I don't know if that's the case or not. It could be. But my ASW stuff here is not... It's not stopping these subs at all. So I'm not quite sure what we got to do keep these subs out of here, but they keep getting in, and I'm pretty sure that he's bringing in supplies. So that's a problem because the whole strategy here on Luzon is to bleed him of supply, let him eat his supplies up, but if he keeps bringing these subs in, that's going to be an issue. So I believe we should be able to put a stop to this once we take Miri, Tarakan, Balikpapan, Palembang, all these bases that are supply generating. He's probably running, my guess is he's probably running subs back and forth between these bases and bringing in supply that way, because all these refinery bases do create supply, assuming he didn't turn them off. So I guess that's what he's doing here with these subs, and I'm trying to stop him. Here's what we got. I think I have this unit is on ASW, but they're just not bombing. So I might need to bring something in heavier here once I have the opportunity, but I don't have that right now. All right. On Mindanao, I think I screwed up here by having these guys on bombard. I didn't really want to do that. So now he knows we only have 120 AV here. He's got 380. I have no idea what his supply situation is. I would think that it's low, but I can't prove it. And in the meantime, if he were to attack us or shock attack us next turn, we would get the benefit of the _3 terrain. I don't know because we don't have any fortification here. We have no engineers. I don't know if they'd be able to hold a counter or hold an attack by him. So I need to hurry up and get this unit in there as quickly as possible. But they're moving at a snail's pace. We got at least, geez, I don't know, 5 or 6 more days before they're in there. And I just can hope that he doesn't attack us here. And if he does, I don't think it's going to go well for us. Um, I need more troops here. I really do. All right, Dutch East Indies, on the other hand, is looking fine. So let's talk about the Solomons. And quite honestly, there's nothing to discuss. There's nothing here. There may be some subs here every now and then, but there's no troops left out here. In Australia, we did resolve our supply issues at Cooktown, and we definitely have size 5 airfield right now, which is all I really need to do what I got to do. If you take a look at our um, aircraft stacking, we have all these guys committed to missions, and we're nowhere close to hitting the stacking limit. So I should be able to have full operations. And I think what we're going to do is test the waters around here again next turn and see what we can get away with. I guess we won't know until we try, right? So there we go. Cooktown has at least got some good forts on it. We have supply. We've scared off the subs. As you can see, they're from full retreat away from Cooktown after the damage we have been inflicting with our aircraft. And in the meantime, these troops are just falling back. All right. And then these guys are definitely on their way back. These guys are going to be heading as many as units as possible. I'm going to fall back and build up a last line of defense at Cooktown. What I am going to do here is with fast transport task forces, as I have the opportunity, I'm going to start withdrawing a lot of these guys. Like, I'm going to take out the unnecessary engineers. These got to come out. I don't think I'm going to need this 6th fleet here. Basically, anything that would be a liability, I'm going to start pulling out of here because I just don't want to risk losing too much here. If he does get up here or surround us or lock us out, I don't need all these troops dying, just some of them. So I will be extracting a lot of these guys. Since we've met our goal of hitting size 5 airfield, the fortifications can take a bit longer. I'm not worried about that. But we do need to get some of these troops out. Since our goal here from the start was to just deal with Cloncury, there's no sense in losing more troops than I get out of points from this place. It wouldn't make any sense, right? And I think the last thing we talk about is the fact that we did have an encounter down here in this area last turn with some American DMS. Those are destroyer minesweepers, and they are definitely from Pearl Harbor. So that means that he's relocated naval assets from Pearl down to New Zealand. And that is telling me that the reason he's doing that is because he's shipping his convoys this way, right? So what we need to do is, I think I need to set up a sub-blockade somewhere like in here or somewhere through here, right? So we can catch his convoys, because I don't exactly know what his routing is going to be. He could be skirting the very edge of the map and popping up at the last minute. He may try to cut through here. I don't really know what his plan is, but I do know that he's going to be moving ships through here. It's a foregone conclusion that's what he's doing over here. So I did think that he would. On top of that, I am using these subs out here. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Right here. I've got sub patrols going out here, trying to see if we can catch some sort of convoy activity. Total of 5 subs, and I believe most of these are going to be carrying aircraft. Yeah, so we got these guys flying missions out here. Hopefully they'll run into something and we can blow something up. So that's the turn. Again, my biggest concern, period, right now, more than anywhere else, is dealing with the enemy 4-engine bomber threat in India, because we're hyperextended right now, and I can't get enough aircraft and enough aviation support and base size to really protect against these guys for some time. Calcutta is secure, But all these fringe places that we're attacking are going to be subject to these 4-engine bomber attacks, and there's not a whole lot I can do to stop them. So uh, I don't really know what to do but just take these losses. So if you guys have any ideas of how I can combat these 4-engine bombers, for example, these troops out here, would long range cap, that's not going to be super effective, right? Over here is fine, but it's just I don't think I have the reach to cover everything. So if you got some ideas, by all means, let me know. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.